Y'all, this is deeper. It's deeper than the TikTok ban. It's deeper than social media. It's deeper than this Elon Musk dude. Like, there is an energetic warfare that's going on. And if we don't get our mind right, we will lose it. We will lose it. And that is the truth. And so with the whole TikTok, when that whole kerfuffle was going on, like I was tuned in. It's a rare moment. It's a rare Seattle moment. We got to take advantage. It's still January, but oh, I'm just loving the bird. Y'all might not be able to hear it because with the noise cancellation on. Wait, let me see if I can turn it off from here so y'all can hear some of the birds. Can you hear the birds? If I turn off the noise cancellation, we just gonna sit and bask in the glory of the sun. Ah, this just like warms my heart. Ah, see, these are the moments. Okay, y'all heard some of the birds? We might hear the plane, so maybe we'll turn the noise cancellation back on. No, I love the birds. I love the birds. Y'all can just hear the birds with me. Buckle in. Y'all know it ain't no rhyme or reason to this conversation. Okay, I just wanted to get my thoughts out because I had a lot. Are we going to talk about it? I think that we need to talk about it. I think we really need to talk about it. The TikTok ban. Yep. Y'all, if they not playing in our face, then I don't know what is. Like, this has been the most political theater production I have ever seen. Like, what are we talking about? Y'all, let me just take you on a journey, okay? Like, look, nestle in. If you ain't got nothing to do today, you probably do. So, get your house clean. I'll be here with you as you ripping and running. So, let me give you a little bit of backstory. I don't even be on TikTok like that, okay? Andy is my TikTok curator. He gets 3 TikToks that he can share with me. I might have to do the noise cancellation if the dog is going to be tripping. Andy is my TikTok curator. He gets 3 TikToks a day that he can show me that he thinks are the funniest and of the top tier quality, okay? Meaning that they are super talented, it's super funny, they dance it incredibly, it's phenomenal art, like it's something where he like, babe, you gotta see this, okay? Max 3, depending on my mood, I'll be like, babe, I just need 1. Like, just give me 1. I'm not trying to go down this rabbit hole with you. Like, I don't even want to see all this. Like, but he be excited to share. So I'm like, okay, I like to, that'd be like a low moment to like, just have a little laugh. And then we connect about the rest of our day and everything. So, but also, to be fair, Andy's not a big TikTok person. Like some of the stuff that he be showing me is like stuff that his sister has showed him. And so he's like, oh, babe, like, so it's like something that has already been curated for him. I joined TikTok in 2020. I did. Now, not as much of a creator on a platform, more of just like a consumer, just randomly throwing stuff up there, playing around with some of the filters, getting to know the platform. I think like 2022 was when, y'all know I be listening to Gary Vee and stuff, and he be like, don't sleep on this stuff. So I'm like, man, Gary Vee is really talking about this. Like, I really need to get into the TikTok groove. So I was like, okay, I found myself scrolling on it, like trying to understand the platform and stuff, because I feel like in order to do well on a platform, one, you have to like it. Like, you have to genuinely enjoy it. It has to be genuinely a platform that you consider yourself to be a member of, And I feel like that's why I love YouTube so much, because I'm just such a YouTube watcher, like I'm such a YouTube consumer. Like, I love just having like ambient music in the background, deep focus music. I listen to my affirmations, meditations. I watch my blogger girls. I watch what's going on in the news and in the world. Celebrity social commentary, I feel like YouTube is so just diverse where I'm able to like really dive in. So I love YouTube. And that's why I feel like I can be consistent on this platform. And every platform is like a different digital space. Every platform has its own culture. So TikTok has a culture where it's just like, it's such a hodgepodge over there, but it does feel like really raw, off the cuff. You know, you see a lot of the girls just chilling in the bed in their bonnet, you know, just people having like just sort of like random brain dumps, you know, like I like it, you know, it's kind of cool. But then you got some of the super talented comedians who's like doing sketch comedy, like where they have like literally created a full skit, like a parody. Like it's just so cool. So like I really did love it. I did notice myself scrolling a lot. And so for me, I like to consume. I mean, I like to create more than I'm consuming. And so when I noticed that, I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to tap out on this, you know, or just like set some boundaries in place. So one of the boundaries that I set in place was like trying to upload. So one, just creating more on TikTok. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let me create more. Let me balance the scale back out where I'm creating more than I'm consuming. So I started to post more on TikTok, and I started to post more from my computer so I wouldn't have to like even be on the app. But then I started to think to myself, I'm like, damn, if I got to do all these like hacks around to like make sure that I don't get caught into like a doom scrolling, I'm like, man, like this is real, you know, like this could really be real. Like phone addiction is real for some people, you know. And the thing is, I sort of didn't really understand it, but like I get it though. I totally get it. And I also see how different tools are engineered in order to make people addicted. And this even comes down to the, you know, they had did the documentary. Was it The Social Dilemma that they was talking about this? Man, that one like really opened my eyes, you know. And I think what was so captivating about that was that the one. Man, I feel like I watched a couple of documentaries, but I think that was the one where they actually interviewed some of the like engineers, some of the tech guys and gals, okay, who were involved in engineering these platforms, who were involved in engineering and creating the algorithms and making the like button and like creating the share button and like all these different things. And for them to be like, yeah, I don't even, the squirrels be wilding out. Okay. And for even some of them to be like, yeah, I don't even let my kids be on this. Like my kids not even allowed to even have screen time. I'm like, damn, like they know what it is, you know. So they like, I sell crack. Okay. I don't smoke it. Okay. I don't use it, but I sell it. I'm just like, damn. So that just put a whole nother perspective on it for me, where I was like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to be all caught up in these devices. Now, here is the thing though. I feel like as an artist and an entrepreneur and like a solopreneur, just like as an individual trying to sell her art and promote what she's creating online, which I feel like a lot of these people are doing, and a lot of small business owners are on TikTok and a lot of these different platforms. Like it's not only TikTok, it's like all these different platforms, but it's like, what do we do? You know, do we completely abandon these platforms? Because here's the kerfuffle. I feel like we've used these tools to create communities, to connect with our supporters, our fans, our customers, collectors. But then at what point do you take a step back and be like, am I using the tool or is the tool using me? You know? And I think there's a possibility for there to be a mutual gain benefit. Like for a while, I did feel like social media was neutral, like social media was a tool. Similar like with money, you know how we can have like a limited mindset around money, like, oh, you know, if you came from a family where like money was evil, money was bad or whatever. If you were taught that, you know, or just had like scarcity mindset growing up or whatever, you can have a lot of trauma around money. But at the end of the day, money is neutral. It's about whose hand the money is in, you know? And I genuinely feel that way about money. I kind of felt that way as well about social media. Like social media is a tool. Like you can use it to promote yourself, to market yourself. You can use it to connect with communities. And like, you know, if you felt isolated in your town, like there wasn't a lot of people who looked like you or whatever, you know, like y'all know why you here. Okay. You know why you here. You know why you using these platforms, you know? And I think part of us even discussing the issue that we have and like why it does feel like this push and pull, because clearly if there was no benefit at all from social media, then we just wouldn't be on it. It'd be like, oh, whatever. Like, oh, y'all want to act up? Like, peace. It ain't even worth it, you know? But for people who do see the benefits of it, for small business owners, for artists, entrepreneurs, everybody out here trying to like grow or build something or make something, we do see the benefit in it. So it is like, well, damn. So, but lately, okay, here's the thing though. Lately, I have been feeling like social media is leaning away from being just a tool. Like it's leaning away from being as neutral as I thought about it in my mind. Like how, like for me, money just felt neutral. To me, money genuinely felt like an exchange of value. Like whatever somebody wanted the value to be, they would pay that amount. But I think what's interesting with social media and content is that there is certain types of content that can perform well. But I also, now here's the thing. Granted, I do believe that it's not like social media's fault. Like this is literally us, like our human behavior. Like social media is really a mirror of human psychology. But why I don't put all the pressure or all the blame on us as humans, I feel like the tech companies know this about human psychology, and these are specific traits in us that they're exploiting, and incentivizing. And like, even just when I think about like rage bait content, how like literally it's just like, it's crazy when I think about some of the ridiculousness that some people will go through to get views or to just be seen. And so I know I'm just on a journey with myself mentally to just like process this and like unpack it, because I don't think the answer is just like unplug. I don't think the answer is to completely abandon all these tools that has connected us for so many years. But I do feel like that there has to be some sort of social accountability with these companies. So how do we show that social accountability? Maybe that is the abandonment of these platforms, but I feel like at the same time, if I'm gonna be 100% real, I feel like there's not enough of us that feel that way. I feel like maybe there is enough of us that feel that way, because I feel like there has been this conversation around social media and like the fatigue that people feel around it. But I also feel like, just coming back to the human psychology of things, like we can be a complacent people, like we can be a convenience driven people. So it's like, well, look at all these little words. Oh my God. Babies, I love them so much. But the reality is, it's like, sure, like people can feel how they feel about Amazon, but like they still order from Amazon, because the convenience is there, like getting something quickly, getting something fast, getting something at a discounted price, it is attractive. So I think a part of it is like, we don't have to realize that, like, look, I'm thinking of Gil Scott Heron, the revolution would not be televised. The truth is, the revolution is going to be uncomfortable. Like, it's going to require us to get uncomfortable. And I think like a lot of people aren't willing to get uncomfortable. And I'm even calling myself out too. Like, this is just like, y'all know, this is damn Gemini diary. I just be like talking to myself with a lot of this stuff, where I just be like, okay, girl, what role are you playing in the system? What can you do? What actions have you taken that has contributed to a problem, or what actions can you take that can help solve a problem, And so I'm even just mentally sort of processing this with myself. But when I think about the future, I don't see a future without these technologies. Of anything, I see a future with more of these technologies, with more AIs, with more algorithms, with more automation, with more deep fakes, with more confusion. I really do. And it can sound scary and it can sound dystopian, but I think that's even more of a reason for us as like conscious beings, because I feel like if you even listening to me, like you probably resonate with me, like we probably on the same frequency with somebody who is like creative, somebody who maybe identifies as being conscious and like aware and on a spiritual journey, on a healing journey, just really want to also improve themselves, better themselves as an individual, but also maybe as like a creative, an artist, a business owner, entrepreneur, you know. So I feel like we probably on the same frequency of that. So I feel like people like us, it's still important for us to keep showing up, you know? And so if it's through using tools like this to connect with people across the world, just to let people know, like, you aren't alone in the thought process of like, damn, should I just pull the plug on all this shit? Cause like, damn, like all of them was at his inauguration. All of them, you know? And the truth is, it's not even about all of them being at his inauguration. It's about he's in office again, you know? And I think we all sat and witnessed those electoral college numbers on election night, and just the grief, you know? And it's like, I don't even want to bring us back there, but it also just reminded me like, wow, this is America. And as radical and as progressive as you think, as liberal, like whatever, there is still a great divide in this country that is palpable, but it's also visible through our democracy, you know? Like, it's truly visible through our democracy. And like, I live on the West Coast, okay? So like, clearly we all, we the left, okay? Hey, I'm in Seattle, okay? Y'all know what it is over here. Y'all know what it is, and I love that. And I truly connect with the values out here. And this is why I don't live in Mississippi. Like, this is why I'm on the West Coast, not the East, okay? No, the East is cool. Like, it's a great city. Shout out to NY, okay? Shout out to New York. Let me not try to do it. No, we're not going to do that. Shout out to all of America, okay? That's hilarious. I hope this little nappy kitty is doing okay. But anywho, so it's real. Like the divide is real. And man, but I feel like, okay, if these are the tools of the future, and if these are the ways that we're going to be connected in the future, if all of us who think in this open-minded, progressive, loving energy, if we all get off these platforms, if it's like the great exodus, okay? If we all just like leave this shit, I don't think that's going to make anything better. I honestly don't. Of anything, I think it will make it worse, because there's a psychological term. I forgot. I was watching this documentary that was talking about it. The silent majority. He talked about the silent majority and the loud minority. You know, like these people who are speaking loudly, like the manosphere with the podcast and all sort of crazy shit, you know. So it's like when you look at stuff like that, you think like, well, damn, all men must hate women, you know. But I'm like, no, when I'm in my real life, I have a loving, supportive husband. I had an incredible father. He R.I.P. Pops, you know, had an incredible father. I had an incredible father-in-law. I had incredible uncles, like, who deeply love women, who deeply love Black women, who deeply love brown-skinned, dark-skinned Black women. Like, so it's just like a lot of this. But if you looking at the content online, you can think that, oh, that's not true. Like, there's just no love for women out here. I completely reject that, because everything in my real life tells me the contrary, that there's an incredible, deep and rich love for me in my existence, which is reflected to me through the relationships that I have in this real world, you know. But I think there can be a possibility for people to get influenced by the loud minority, making you feel a certain way that can keep you in a state of hopelessness and dread. And also, especially if people aren't strong-minded within themselves, where if they don't have their own sense of identity, where they could possibly be swayed into the beliefs of the of the loud minority. You know, I think about teens. I think about young men who still learning and developing, and maybe their only form of connection right now is through TikTok. And so maybe, maybe the Andrew Tate guy came on his landing page, and so now he's caught up in, just so I just think about how, okay, yes, me as an intellectual, fully grown adult, okay, as a 35-year-old woman with a fully developed frontal cortex, who also entered the zeitgeist of social media in the Facebook age of literally '07, when I graduated high school, and I joined Facebook in '07 as a college freshman. Like, you had to have the college ID, that whole thing. As somebody who joined the zeitgeist during that time and seeing the evolution of the journey, I'm like, oh, this is only the beginning, because we had no idea what was going on in 2005 with I had a MySpace account, okay? Erykah Badu auto played when you landed on my, it was like Bag Lady, okay? It was Bag Lady auto played on my MySpace page, okay? Auto played. But it's like, here we are, and it's just only gotten crazier from here. And I don't think all of us leaving the platform is the way to do it, but I think there is an opportunity for us to regain control of our mind, of our focus, of our energy, of our time, and of our communities. Because at the end of the day, it's all rented land. And not only is the land rented, but the land is stolen. So it's like, physically, of course, specifically, okay, I'm in Washington State, like the home of the indigenous communities. Like, not the home, of course, they've been everywhere, but I'm just saying, like, this is so much of stuff that, like, we think we own isn't even ours. And so that also translates into the digital space, where it's like, if you think you own your community, you think you own your followers on TikTok, you don't. If you think you own your Instagram followers, you don't. If you think look, this to me, if I think I own my YouTube subscribers, I don't. You don't got none of these people email. You don't have access. Which we've seen many of YouTube accounts get hacked. If your YouTube account get hacked, it's gone. Now, of course, you can bring it back, and that'll be wonderful, and that'll be beautiful. But at the end of the day, those are humbling lessons that I think a lot of creators go through, unfortunately. But it also is a time when we realize, like, oh, damn. Like, oh, my life can be changed in just a blink of an eye, just like that. How do I gain more control? How do I get more access to my community through collecting email addresses, through collecting phone numbers, doing an SMS text messages, and, having your own Discord community, having your own Patreon where you have access to people's emails and information, And so it's just, there is this moment of reflection, and I think we can look at moments like this. I can't believe they were talking about TikTok refugees. I just really don't like that word, but whatever. I just think about, like, when there's actual refugees out here, and, like, part of it even frustrates me that we even talking about this, because I'm like, this just feels like such a distraction from the important stuff that's actually going on in the world, But when you think about the American experience, it's like, this TikTok ban, though, is really affecting a lot of Americans. It's affecting a lot of artists. It's affecting a lot of small business owners, And so it is just really understanding that everything is relative, and we all going through our different experiences. But it's just like, does this even matter right now? For some, yes. Clearly, it matters, yes. It matters to me. Like, I'm thinking about it in a perspective of just, as somebody who does, shares her art online and has an online shop and everything, this is something where I'm navigating, like, to what extent do I continue to use these platforms? And I think what I have come down to is just what I was saying. Like, I don't think the answer is to completely get off, but I think there is a way to be a conscious consumer of content. And I feel like I talk about that all the time. I feel like I talked about that in one of the other videos, like, just even when you are consuming content, like, being aware of who you watch and being aware of who you listening to, and at the end of the day, having a strong sense of knowing what's best for you. Because even if I'm saying that, oh, like, maybe we all shouldn't leave or whatever, if you feel that that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. Like I'm a random girl sitting in her backyard. Okay, like I think perspective is always great too. Like, know what's best for you. So if you feel like these tools is harming your mental health, then you need to do what's best for you. I think there's also an opportunity though to think like, have a moment to say like, well, wait, is TikTok ruining my mental health? Or are there some other things that I'm doing as well that's like, what is my morning routine like? Like, is it literally that I'm scrolling on my phone in the morning? So it's like, okay, I don't think that's TikTok's fault. That's like, you need to create new habits for yourself now. Like, you shouldn't be first thing starting off with a scroll. You know what I mean? So I think we also need to have personal accountability about like where we putting the blame in certain things. But I also think if somebody is trying to recover from any addiction, if you a smoker, I think it's important for you to like not have a pack of, and if you're trying to stop smoking, clearly, I think it's important for you not have a pack of cigarettes sitting on your nightstand table. So it's like if you need to put your phone in a different room, across the room, unplug it, put it on Do Not Disturb, uninstall the apps off your phone, like do whatever you need to do, especially in that window of time while you are trying to recover. I mean, it just sounds so dramatic, but like phone addiction is real, y'all. Like phone addiction is really real. And like when you hear people talk about it, I'm like, oh wow, like people are really going through out here, you know? And I don't even think that I had a true understanding about like the phone addictions that people are dealing with. And because I think it is something that's still fairly new, you know, like these technologies on the scale of time is still fairly new. Like I didn't even have a smartphone in high school. Like this is still, you know, just like I'm only 35. It's not even like I'm a dinosaur out here, but it just also just goes to show you how long this journey has been, but also at the same time how short it is. And if you are still, you know, in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, if you feel like you got 30 plus years ahead of you or 40 plus years ahead of you or more, it's time to buckle up. It's time to buckle up and get ready and get control over our minds. Because if you don't get control of it, somebody else will take control for you. And you don't want them to do that. Okay? Because they have a true agenda in place when they get control of your mind. When you take control of your mind, you have your best interest at heart. And nobody is going to have that much best interest for you than yourself, you know? Now that's when you truly love yourself, of course, because if you don't love yourself, then that's a whole nother conversation. You actually cause self-harm. Okay. You actually can actually have self-destructive behaviors. Okay. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I just think, y'all, this is deeper. It's deeper than the TikTok ban. It's deeper than social media. It's deeper than this Elon Musk dude. Like, there is an energetic warfare that's going on. And if we don't get our mind right, we will lose it. We will lose it. And that is the truth. And so with the whole TikTok, when that whole kerfuffle was going on, like I was tuned in, you know, like I was on the live. I had caught the live late, but I was seeing the live with Evelyn from the internets. Love her. I saw Francesca Ramsey was in the live on that. She did her own live as well. It was just interesting seeing the conversation that was going on. But so I was tuning in, you know, like that night when everything went black, I was like, oh, damn. I remember I was like, babe, look, they really shut the shit down. He was like, hey, you know, because he's like, Andy be chill, you know, he don't really be getting in all this. So I was like, damn, baby, that's crazy. He was like, yeah, oh, wow, like it's for real. And our time, West Coast, it was kind of like 10:30. I was like, damn, they didn't even wait till midnight. Like, okay, this is crazy. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. You know, we end up going to sleep. Wake up. It's back the next day. I was like, okay, well, that was quick, you know. But after that moment, and then once I saw all the language, like, oh, Trump brought it back. Oh, thanks to Trump. And then I was like, oh, wow, this is comical. This is political theater. Like, this was the same dude who tried to ban it. This was the same one who presented the entire case. Like, how quickly we forget, you know? So I'm just like, you know what? After I saw all that, I uninstalled that thing off my phone. I was like, we're taking TikTok off my phone. I can't even, I don't even want to be going on this up and down roller coaster trying to figure out because the thing is, even being in some of those live chats, I saw how people were genuinely like, yeah, no, like I'm really broken up about this. Like, I'm actually really sad, but it was also interesting, like seeing people comment saying like, well, damn, like, what am I going to do with my time now? Like, and I'm just like, well, damn, y'all, is this what you're doing with your time? Like, is this all you're doing? Like, I mean, maybe hobbies, maybe family and friend time, maybe like journals, start painting. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, y'all, we need hobbies. We need hobbies and community out here. And I'm seeing that a lot of people don't. They just don't. And it's important, And to be real, I was navigating the journey of going through my own social anxiety. It's just like, I'm just like big into empathy. I really am. And I feel like I just be empathizing so much with everybody. And that's why I be having to like put some guardrails up and be like, all right, girl, like take care of yourself first. Like, don't get caught up into too much of this. But I do just feel people on a deep level. And so when I do think about the type of person that I am, I do consider myself to be like an extrovert, a social butterfly. I love talking to people. I love just being out here connecting. But something genuinely did shift with me with the pandemic. And I mean, I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit better. Like, I don't even know if it's like, the thing is, I just feel like before it was just so natural for me. It was just so natural for me to just be like talking to people, to be out, to be moving. It's like, and I don't know if this is also just me getting older, like just feeling more tired, just feeling like, hey, I just want to be at home. Like, I just want to sit in the backyard. This is where I want to be. I just want to be at home, And so I realized like, okay, damn girl, like if you was an extrovert and the pandemic, and you felt like, oh man, maybe that kind of gave you social anxiety, like where now you don't want to go out anymore. And like, of course, we was all dealing with a lot of that. And of course, we couldn't go out just with the lockdowns and everything. But now with everything opening back up, I feel myself having to like pry myself back out. Like, just like, okay, girl, like go check on your friends, go to the different things. Like, it's a little bit more of a struggle, but I'm doing it because I just do. I just know that at the end of the day, because I do love connecting with people, I always feel better after I do it. I always do. And that's just so encouraging. I'd be like, yeah, girl, just go. Cause you're going to feel better when you see your friends. You're going to feel better when you go to this event and connect with folks. And I always do. So that keeps me encouraged to keep showing up and keep going out there. But this is for somebody who does get fueled by people. Like, I get fueled by connecting with other human beings, So I could only imagine if somebody is an introvert where they literally get drained, okay? Where they literally get drained from connect or talking to other people. A lot of people, I know people got different sort of introvertism, okay? But where you can literally feel drained, I'm like, damn, I could only imagine. Like, I would not. Like, I get it, So I do have empathy for that. And I know in one video I had talked about like, the sort of introvert, extrovert thing. But that was just more about like ghosting on friends. Like, I don't like that. I don't like you ghosting on friends. If you say you're going to come, just come and communicate. If you're not going to come, like just stuff like that. Okay. I don't like shit like that, but I do get if people just want to like be in the house, but I also just know that at the end of the day, I feel like if we are not putting forth the effort to meet people and connect with people in real life, then we are subscribing to giving our community away to these digital platforms. Because it's a false sense of community. Like, sure, you can feel connected. Like, cause I know like whenever I'm on a live and like you can just feel it. It just feels so great. At the end of the day, like that person isn't able to be there. Like, they aren't able to hold you and hug you, and you aren't able to cry on their shoulder. And like, that genuinely matters. It genuinely matters. It genuinely makes a difference when you're able to like really be in fellowship with somebody, And I'm just like, that's why I'm just feeling, I think that's why I'm feeling like this is bigger than the TikTok ban. Like, it's bigger than that. It's really like we are giving away the keys to our community to these online platforms because of our complacency, because of our our desire for convenience and for us to just be like, oh, whatever. Like we have outsourced our entire lives to the point where people don't even have hobbies no more. People don't even have friends no more. People barely even cook their own food. They barely even drive and get their own fucking food. Like, it's just like everything is outsourced. And so it's just like, you don't like you still need to maintain your free so that somebody can help you move. If you need to call your hey, what it do? I'm moving next week. You got me? But it's like now you could hire somebody for everything. But then what is that? My mind is going. There's so many layers to this because this was literally about to lead me to a whole nother thing when I talks about capitalism and like the economic barriers to friendships and like just we're not about to go there. We are not about to go there. But I felt like I did just want to have like a time capsule of this moment because I think that this is a historic moment in American history where we are, because it's like, and maybe it's not like American history, like maybe that just feels too grand, but they're like, when I think about like political science majors and like, media studies classes in college, like this will be studied. This week will be studied in the combination. There was just so many layers to it. It's like the TikTok ban mixed with the presidential inauguration day. And like, there's just so many overlaps on top of it being MLK Day and him. Oh, just so many layers. Like, this is just interesting. But like, I think we really need to buckle our seatbelt. We really need to buckle our seatbelt spiritually, mentally, energetically, because they about to be playing in our face if we let it. So I think this is an opportunity to get control of our mind. So I'm like, yeah, no, they not about to keep having me out here running in circles. Like, I'm turning this shit off. I'm turning this shit off, and I'm just implementing boundaries for myself while still trying to market my business and connect to the community, So I think that's something that I'm still going to be navigating. And like, I don't know, I'm curious to hear how y'all feel about all this. Let me know down below. But I'm gonna go ahead and, okay, I got my vitamin D. She feeling good. I'm gonna holler at y'all soon. Next time I have a little random something to share. But thank y'all so much. Peace out.